Welcome back, guys. Today, this beautiful set here is inspired by goldstone. I don't know if you know what goldstone is, but it's this really beautiful brown rock or stone, and it has gold flecks in it when the light hits it. You'll have to look it up, but it's beautiful, and that's what inspired this set of nails. So, this is also going to have negative space and be done with hard builder gel. So to the design, I start out with base gel. And if you are going to do a fresh set of nails, you need to, when doing hard builder gel, you cannot soak this off. You have to file hard builder gel off. So when you're filing it off, you need to have a clear layer at the base of the nail to file down to protect the natural nail. So before you start a builder gel set from fresh, the best thing for you to do is either do 2 coats of base gel or 1 coat of base gel and 1 thin coat of builder gel. Just so when you go to file that hard builder gel design off, you can file down to the clear without worrying about hitting the natural nail. So now I'm going in with brown gel polish, and I'm laying this down in a thin coat, and I'm only laying it where I want my design to be. So I will be using foil, and when I use foil or transfer foil, I always lay down a color underneath so that if my foil doesn't transfer all the way, the color underneath will be there to kind of save me. So I always choose a color close to the color of the foil, and it helps a lot. So next I will lay down the foil gel glue, and when I lay that down, I'm only laying it down over top of the brown, and I'm laying it super thin. It does not take a lot of foil gel glue to transfer foil. Thinner is better when it comes to this. And when I cure my foil gel, wow, my mouth isn't working. When I cure my foil gel glue, I cure it for 60 seconds. I take the hand out of the lamp and I let it air dry for 30 more seconds. If you let the inhibition or sticky layer on top of the foil glue gel, blah. When you cure the foil gel, you cure it 60 seconds, but when you take it out, it is super, super sticky. And if you feel it right away, it'll almost feel wet. And it's just not, it won't work. It won't transfer the foil right. So you really just need to let that inhibition or sticky layer air dry for at least 30 seconds. And then go in with your transfer foil, and it should transfer great. So after letting the foil gel air dry 30 seconds, you're going to take your foil and you're going to place it on the nail and just massage it in. And massage it really good, just everywhere that you want it to be. And make sure that when you go to pull up, you pull up slowly so you can see if you're missing spots. You can lay it right back down and finish that transfer. Don't try to just rip it up real quick. Otherwise, you might run into some problems. After putting the transfer foil on, I'm going to add dimension by putting on a little bit of glitter randomly across where you see the flow of the foil design, the brown and the light brown and the white, the marbling of it where it's flowing. I just randomly place glitter flowing that direction. But in order to get the glitter to stick to the nail, I do a very thin base coat on top of the foil. And I mean super, super thin. You can literally just do this on the areas that you plan on putting glitter. You don't really even have to put it all over the nail. Because remember, we're going to encapsulate this design, so we need it to be as thin as possible. So you lay down a super thin base gel, and then you go in with your glitter and you randomly place it. You're going to cure this. You know, you only need to flash cure it about 15 seconds. And then you're going to use that sticky inhibition layer from the base gel to put your gold foil around the design with. And you'll see me tear it up, you'll see me placing it, and you'll get the idea. So after I place that gold foil, that's when I go in with another coat of base gel where I want to put my charms at. So I chose these moon and star charms. I thought it really, really looked pretty, and I love moon and stars. So I use that in the negative space with a little bit of bullion, and yeah, base gel is great for, you know, adhering the charm before you encapsulate it because it's clear and I need that negative space to stay clear. I just want to say, forgive my hands in this video. I know I have a lot of cuts and scrapes and burns, but I work in machines all day long that have hot glue heads and, you know, spit hot glue. So I get scraped up pretty good on my hands, and, you know, I get a couple burns here and there. So don't worry, you know, it's just from my day job, and I love my day job. I love working in machines. So, yes, I have a day job and I love doing nail art by night. When playing with gold charms or stickers or anything that comes flat, your nail is a curved surface. So don't be scared to sit there and bend it. And when it comes to metal or gold charms, I use tweezers and my table, and I sit there and put pressure in the middle to cause a bend so it can wrap around the top of the nail a lot easier. If I left it flat, the edges would fly off the side of the nail, and when I go to encapsulate and then file down, the chances of filing into the side of that gold charm is really, really high, and I hate doing that, so I definitely try to avoid it by doing it like this. So now to the fun part. This is the best part. I love building nails. I really do. I love getting better and better at it. So I'm going to explain my process of using builder gel. So when I'm encapsulating or just building a nail from scratch, you know, whatever you're building over, no matter what, I always go in with a slip layer. And a slip layer is blah, blah, meant to stay wet and slippery so that when you put the bigger bead onto the nail, to actually add the structure, it can slip and slide where you want it to go without having to wrestle it. So when I place a small bead onto the nail to put down a slip layer, I start at the cuticle area and I sit there and I bounce my brush with the bead in front of the brush, and I bounce it all around the cuticle area. And then I take it around the side walls, and then I pull the brush down through the nail. I don't press hard because I don't want to knock loose any of the glitter that I have down. So I just kind of lightly brush the gel down the length of the nail. This is going to make sure that the entire nail is set up wherever I want to build that extension, that slip layer needs to be. And then I go in with a bigger bead, and I don't place it directly at the cuticle because I already have the slip layer there. It's probably about as thick as it probably needs to be. I don't want to have to do a lot of cuticle work. So I place it a little bit below the cuticle area. Then I kind of bounce it up towards the cuticle area, just a little bit, not a lot. And then I take it from left to right, the width of the nail, slowly moving down. And sometimes when you're doing longer nails, you need to grab a second bead because it's hard to grab a huge bead of builder gel. So you're gonna probably need 2 beads, sometimes 3, but that happens. But there's a trick to it. So builder gel, it will self-level on its own, usually, depending on the brand you're using. But clear builder usually self-levels pretty well. So instead of taking it from left to right, the width of the nail, all the way to the edges, you're going to take it just shy of the edges. Because by the time you get all the way down to the end of the nail, the builder gel will have started to self-level out to the edges. It will kind of do some of the work for you. And it's always safer, even if by the time you get to the end of the nail, the very tip, and it hasn't self-leveled to the edges, you can see me go back with the brush up the edge of the nail, up the side. And all I need to do is just touch it lightly, and the vibration itself will cause the bigger amount in the center of the nail to start to flow to the edge. You can touch it a little bit with your brush, just start gentle, and if you need to get a little bit more up in there, go ahead. But never take it straight to the edge as you're floating down the nail. You don't need to. A lot of times, especially if you move a little slow, it will make it to that edge on its own. So I show the apex by looking at the side of the nail, and you can see that little dip there. And I go in with just a little bit more on my brush, placing it there, and then kind of floating my brush back and forth. Just take some from the tip and put it there, take it from the top and put it there. Don't be scared of builder gel. If you mess it up, if all else fails, you can grab alcohol and a wipe and wipe it away and start again. Or you can just kind of brush it off the nail into a pile and wipe the nail down and use what you brushed off, put it back on, and start over. This is not like acrylic. It doesn't dry on you. You have all the time in the world to play with it. Even the fastest self-leveling builder gel, you can work around it. So just practice and study, don't get discouraged, and don't let it frighten you, if it starts to flow. Just learn from it, and you're never stuck with a mistake. I just want to say thank you so much to the people that have supported me, you know, in this channel and trying to build a nail community. I really appreciate you guys. And those of you who have subscribed or just watched my videos, I really appreciate everything. I honestly do. These past couple weeks for me have been pretty rough. I've been going through a lot of changes to my life. So, you know, I'm still pushing on and pushing forward. But I just want to give thanks to the good things in my life and be thankful, that I have this and what a blessing it is to me. So, yeah, this channel is a peace of mind for me, and I love it so much. I really I really feel like I can express myself and my creative side on here and you know, be at peace, this being my hobby. I just really love it and I love sharing it. So, thank you so much for being here with me and helping support me. I just to the moon and the stars. Thank you so much for being here. All right, I think I'm gonna go. So, you guys have a good day and stay blessed. All right, bye.